Hey guys, so for a very long time, you guys have always asked what my setup is for recording videos on YouTube. You've asked what my setup is, what I use in the field, what I use at my desk. Honestly, from the very first video on the channel until this one you're watching right now, I have always used an iPhone. That's always what I've had. In the very, very beginning, it is pretty cringy to watch myself back, but I only used the iPhone and nothing else. No external microphone. I just used the iPhone. And I mean, way back then, I don't remember. I think it was like the XR is what I started recording with. So that is like my first 5 or 6 videos was the iPhone XR. Probably like my first 20 videos, honestly, was with the XR. But then I bumped up, and for at least the last 2 years, I have used the iPhone 13. Nothing special, just 13. And I've used an external microphone. So for a little while, I used the XR with no microphone, and then I bought a plug-in external mic, and it changed drastically. You guys could hear me much more clearly, less kind of noise around me, less popping and stuff like that. And it gave my videos much better quality, especially for the viewer. You know, you didn't have to hold the phone too close and try to hear what I was saying. So I have been kind of going over and remaking videos because of that. But I am currently actually recording this video on my iPhone 13 with the external microphone. So a lot of you guys have asked, could I do more in-field work? Do more videos on, lock picking in the field or rekeying in the field or installations on job sites. And I want to do that, but the problem I keep running into, I don't know how other locksmiths do it, but at least I do a lot of commercial work. So in the commercial settings I'm in, I'm not the only contractor on site. So my current setup with my iPhone is a big tripod. It extends up to, I think, I can't remember. I bought this thing so long ago, but it extends, I believe, if I want it to, up to 60 inches, something like that. I've never needed it that high, but it's big, but the legs extend out pretty wide. So if I try to set this up at a door, being that's what I'm working on all the time, the contractors will trip over it, they'll bump it over, they'll knock it over, it'll wobble. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of noise around me. I don't want people to have to skirt around me and walk their carts around me. So it's just always kind of been in the way. And half the videos I get through and it's perfect, and then all of a sudden it's, can you move that? Can you move that? Can I get by? And then it just ruins the video from there. And then I try to edit it, and then honestly it's just more editing than it's worth. So I wanted a better setup. So during Prime Week, I actually went on Amazon and I found this whole setup here. It didn't all come together, but I will show you what I bought. So originally I went on and I was just looking at jumping into the world of GoPro. I looked at all other brands and I seen it. You guys know I'm all about saving money. I'm all about saving people money. I grew up really poor, so I'm just used to saving where I can, but I don't want to, skip out on quality. But I don't want to pay an extra 500 for something that I just don't need. I'm not a skydiver. I'm not going to jump out of planes with this thing. I'm not, a mountain biker. I'm not trying to do backflips with this thing. So I don't know how it would do there, but doing what I do, I've just felt like this was the best bang for your buck, in my honest opinion. So I pulled the trigger and I went with the GoPro Hero 13 Content Creator Edition pack. So what that gave me was the GoPro Hero 13, the sound mod, which it slides into. It gave me the little light edition on top. It came with this cool carrying case. It's a pretty hard case, and it also came with a lot of attachments. It came with the charger, and it came with this little tiny tripod here. Now, at first I was like, I don't know if I'll ever use like a selfie stick. I didn't realize it was a tripod when I saw it. But it's cool because as the content creator edition, if we hold it to the side here, so if you fold in the legs, it's basically just a selfie stick. You can kind of like, this is what I'm doing. This is me walking, I guess. But if you turn it to the side, you have, you know, a mode button, you have the Bluetooth button, you have the battery button, you have the record, or you can press this once and take a photo. So that's pretty cool. You know, that way you don't have to keep pressing the screen or the buttons on the camera. This becomes your controls, which is pretty neat. And then if you want to, you can charge this and obviously your camera. But when your camera battery starts to die, you can plug this in and you can press the battery button and start charging it from here. So it's almost like a backup battery, which is pretty neat. And then when you want it to be, and which is going to be cool for me, I can extend out these legs, set it on my desk like so, and then I can do my more up close, you know, lock picking videos, my rekeying videos, just certain things I can show you guys up close, because right now you guys are used to me doing all of this. And I have right now with the setup, I'm reaching around this big tripod and I'm staring directly at the screen of my iPhone. So when I'm doing videos, you guys hear me say it a lot, but I'm doing it through the screen, or I have to like go up and then my hands will go down. So it's kind of a nuisance in a way. I've worked with it for a long time. It's not been a big deal, but I wanted something a little different. So I jumped in, and really that's what the content creator pack came with, was the little tripod here, the control, the camera itself, the sound mod, and the light, the case with the attachments and the charger. And really that's the gist of it. So I was toying around with it, and I will be uploading videos that I've recorded with this very soon. Probably my next few videos will be from this GoPro. So, and I will mention it in the videos, so that way you guys can kind of see a difference between the video. But I started realizing that with this, it's just a little bit small for anything outside of up close work. So I don't really find myself using like a selfie stick. I'm not the kind of person to walk around with the selfie stick as I'm working. I need both of my hands free. So I also really like, in a way, even though I kind of hate having to reach around this, I do like having the bigger, taller tripod. So I went on Amazon and I found this. This tripod is from this company here. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was very inexpensive. And the cool thing about this is it's very compact. It doesn't feel cheap. And this thing wasn't expensive at all. But at the bottom, you have this little button here. It says open. Let's see if it'll zoom. There's a lot going on in the background. There's another reason I wanted to upgrade to something so it stops focusing like this. Again, iPhone quality. But you press this button in and it will extend out the 3 legs for the tripod. And then if you want it to be on the desk, and as you can see just how, you know, next to this one, the height difference is just drastic. So I can do more kind of aerial shots when I'm looking down at maybe gutting a lock or something like that, or just trying to show you like an aerial view of something. But you can extend this to however, you know, whatever height you want for your desk. And that's pretty cool. Now, here's the cooler part, because I like my tripod, but the legs on my current tripod, they come out like from the top out, like your standard camera tripod. This one, it's just a base at the very bottom. So if I want, that's it. That's the space it takes up. Instead of having these legs come up from here and then it's going to come way out like that, it's just here. But I can just raise the tripod up, and it raises up to, I believe, somewhere between 50 and 55 inches. I will post the dimensions in the description below, but it's the exact height. It actually goes a little higher than where my camera's sitting right now. So I can actually raise this thing up. Same with this. This matches the height of my current tripod, which is cool. And then if I want to finish up, I just snap it back together and set it down. It did come with this attachment here, so that was pretty cool. So that was really neat. So when I want to do field work where I'm, standing and I'm like presenting something to you, like, here we go, look at this, I could use that. But when I want to do close-up work, this is a little bit in my way. This one's not, so that's pretty cool. So I have that. Now, when it comes to you guys saying, do close-up work, do lockpicking, I borrowed from a friend a hat clip, which was what I was going to use for this. I hated it. I hate everything about it. I don't like the way it feels when I look down. I don't like the angle that it gave me. Maybe if I was a different type of contractor and I was doing more like landscaping or like concrete work, you would get the more field view that you're looking for. But for me, I don't like when I'm working out in the sun, I'm wearing a bucket hat more times than not. I wear the ball cap every once in a while, but the bucket hat is amazing. As I become an older dad, I have become a bucket hat. I am team bucket hat nowadays. So it comes in clutch. When you're younger, in your 20s, you're like, oh, I look dorky. You turn 30, you turn, about to be 34 here, and yeah, I just want to collect bucket hats for the rest of my life now. So the hat clip doesn't really work good there. The headband also, it just, when you look down, it felt weird. So what I was looking at was, you guys are used to me being at this angle anyway. So I was like, let me try out a chest piece. Now, I didn't want to go, all of the chest pieces, from the brand here are very, 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 very expensive. So I didn't want to spend $100 on something that I didn't know if it was going to work. Same as the hat clip. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to waste money. I'm not a big waster of money. So I went on Amazon again. And as I was searching for that, I found this. So this is pretty cool. This right here is a chest mount. So it's extremely comfortable. That was what I was worried about. I was worried that this was going to be like too like hard, or that this is going to dig into me as I'm like twisting or leaning. This front piece, this plate is pretty hard here, but this is like a pillow, man. Like, this thing is so I forget I'm wearing it. Even with the camera, I forget I'm wearing this thing. And this thing this did not cost me much at all. It came with the attachment, which was cool. You can flip it whichever direction. When I record, it's going to be like this. I found that this position works the best, but you can flip this if you want to. But the straps are super soft. That's another thing. Sometimes I've tried, like, not with the GoPro, but I've tried chest mounts before for different things. And honestly, it's just like, this stuff will dig into you. This, it pinches you or whatever. This doesn't. You forget you're wearing this thing. And it's from a brand called Sametop. I'll leave a link to this one as well if you guys are interested. But when you put the GoPro on, it's going nowhere. This is the, if you read it here, this is the Sametop attachment. They got their name here. So this isn't from GoPro. You can use if you want to, but this thing is so comfortable. So in probably like 95% of my videos, you will be seeing me wearing this now. It's just too comfortable, and it gives me that, this look, the look you guys are used to. So if I want to pick, instead of like where I'm out of frame here, it goes with me, and it's so cool. So I'm a big fan of this. It's always a gamble when you go on Amazon and you pick a random product from a brand you don't know. These two brands, so far, loving them. So far, I am loving them. They have no issues with me. The other thing I will say, and I will be showing you guys more videos from the GoPro, I wanted to do a test run the day it showed up. So my youngest daughter and we hopped on my electric scooter. I have an electric scooter. It's just seemed like the thing to buy at the time. But she loves it. And we go to the beach and we take our scooters and we have fun. I went with her and we rode around our neighborhood. And I live in a rural area with a lot of potholes and cracks in the road, a lot of dips, a lot of bumps. And I just wanted to see how this thing would look. Because every time I watch videos of people with GoPros on YouTube, they're doing backflips on their bikes and it just seems so smooth. And I wanted to test it. I wanted to see how it felt. To like, is it real? Is it just video effects? No, it's real. Okay. Like when we went on a whole expedition, like we went like 10 streets up. We went, and it, for me, I don't live in a normal city. Like, again, it's rural. So 10 streets is pretty far. So, and it's up a mountain. But we went all around. We jumped off the sidewalks. We were going up the ramps and stuff, and like the driveway ramps or whatnot. But you would think that my town paved every road yesterday. Like it did not shake, it didn't move, it didn't wobble. I hit a dip hard, and you don't like, I can't even tell you in the video where it happened. Like it's crazy how still the camera is with this thing. So I know I'm not an expert photographer. I can't like dive into everything about this, but from a guy who works as a blue collar locksmith, somebody that will take this around and on trips to the beach and stuff, this thing is amazing so far. So I still want to, I don't want to put my name on any of this until I've used it at least 20 times. That's kind of how I feel about products. I don't want to just, I don't want to just write one off or say it's amazing and then a month in it breaks on me, or a month later I find out, this thing never lasted at all. So I like to real life test things. So I will let you guys know. My next, I will say I want to focus on my next 10 videos back to back to back to back are probably going to be with this. I will never stop using my iPhone. I love my iPhone. It's just too easy to set up. But for the videos you guys want to see, for some of them, and I will let you know when I'm using either camera. But my next video after this one will be recorded on this GoPro you see right here in front of you. So that is my current filming setup. Again, I will leave everything I use in the description below. You guys can check it out. And I will catch you guys in the next video.